Om Shanti, welcome to Midday Meditation. We are in the start of a new week, and we're going back to our previous routine, which is to look at one virtue each day of the week and see how we can understand this virtue better and use it in our life so that we become proficient in virtues. And the more proficient we are in virtues, the more security we have in unfamiliar situations, the more confidence we have that we'll be able to handle whatever comes our way. And also, the more virtues we have, the more avenues we have for maintaining a constant, stable, peaceful, alert inner state all the time. And our virtue for today, impartiality. Judges are the ones who are usually seen as impartial. And for a judge, to be impartial means that the judge cannot look at the defendant and draw any kind of conclusion based on either that person's physical appearance or that person's previous record, even if that person has a previous criminal record. If I'm being tried for aggravated assault, and the judge looks at my record and says that I've been convicted of burglary in the past, that cannot have any bearing on my case. Impartiality means you just focus on what's in front of you right now. You don't draw conclusions based on any other factors. So that's how a judge practices impartiality. And as a virtue, impartiality means that I don't favor one person or thing over something else. I'm not ranking people. I'm not ranking things and saying, this is very good, this is okay, this is not good. Impartiality means I understand that each moment of this drama is unique. And what was good yesterday might not be good today. You take the milk out of the refrigerator, yesterday it was fine, today it's spoiled. So impartiality means you don't blame the company, you don't blame the cow, you just realize that things change. And so it's senseless to be able to rank or judge or rate. Every moment is unique. And every moment has some unique value in it. So in the old days, when the milk went sour, they would make a sour cake. You could make a delicious cake out of sour milk. So you say, oh, it's time for chocolate cake. So impartiality, I don't favor, I don't compare, I don't judge. And the basis of this is this attitude that every moment and also every person is unique, completely unique. So it would be impossible to compare two people. If you have to hire a person, you have to do that. You have to compare all the applicants and see which one would make the best employee for this position. But you're just matching skills and personality to a job. You're not ranking or rating the person as a person. So every person or moment is unique. Let's say I'm hiring a person to be a receptionist and a person who comes in who's a fabulous artist, but the person doesn't have any office skills. So you won't hire that person, but you wouldn't say that that person is bad. It's just simply the uniqueness of that person is not what fits this particular job. So impartiality means we always can see the uniqueness of everyone. And so therefore, there's never the tendency or even the desire to compare people. or to judge people. And since we can see the uniqueness, we can enjoy that uniqueness as well. And so the things that we might judge, this person is a good friend, this person is a bad team member. We tend to judge people and things that cannot really truly be measured. They're more complex than what we're looking at. We can't measure whether a person is a good friend because we don't know what that person will do in the future. Same with we can't measure whether a person is a good teammate. We, excuse me, we don't know what the future will bring. So we don't rate, we don't judge, but instead, if we are impartial, we can be a catalyst. And a catalyst means that I see the uniqueness in this moment. I see the uniqueness in this person. And I'm a catalyst to bring out the best, to bring out this uniqueness, to bring out these good qualities. I just see myself as a catalyst. I'm not a judge. And this is the fruit of being impartial, because when we're catalysts, then we can see amazing things happen that would not have happened without a catalyst. In a chemical reaction, a lot of reactions, you need a catalyst to make it actually work. So we can be that alchemist and be the catalyst in a spiritual sense. And so this is what we'll practice today, the virtue of impartiality and how we can be a good catalyst to make amazing things happen in life. To begin with, take a few deep, easy breaths. Watch the air enter and leave the lungs. Notice how quiet and easy the breath is. As you notice the breath, let the mind be quiet and easy. Let the mind come into stillness. Bring your awareness now to the seat of the soul in the center of the forehead. I am the peaceful soul who lives in this body. I am the invisible master of the body. In order to master the body properly, I first have to be a good master of myself. I have to be constantly vigilant about the thoughts that come into my mind and see if they're useful, if they're true. And in order to be able to recognize whether the thoughts are useful and true or not, I have to be in a state of peace. When I'm peaceful, I can see things clearly. When I'm not peaceful, I see things in an exaggerated way. Things are exaggeratedly good or bad. So I keep myself peaceful because I never know what thoughts will come into my mind. Even if very disturbed thoughts come into my mind, I don't label them bad or wrong, but rather I meet them with peace so that I can see behind the surface what inside of me is making me feel agitated. What's happening that's making me feel agitated? And then I can very peacefully, respectfully, compassionately talk to myself and resolve any false ideas that I'm hanging on to. If I'm not impartial, if I just say to my disturbing thoughts, no, I don't want to think about you, go away, I will always carry around that disturbed energy, and it will probably intensify over time. So, the first layer of being impartial is to be impartial towards my own thoughts. Now, some days I might have a brilliant thought, and I have to be impartial towards that thought also. Because if I start getting arrogant about my brilliant thought, this is the best thought anybody's ever had, other people might think differently. They might not be impressed at all. And here come the disturbed thoughts. And even if people like my idea, if I express it arrogantly, nobody will accept it. So, with impartiality, I can even look at a brilliant thought and immediately feel humility. I'm grateful that this thought came into my mind. I'm sure many people contributed to this. Maybe it was an inspiration from God. Maybe I'm being an instrument for something. Humility. So, impartial towards my own thoughts. I don't ignore them and hope they go away. I don't take ego about them and keep repeating them over and over and over. I simply sort through the thoughts. Is this true? Is this useful? Is this appropriate? Will this be helpful? Impartiality towards my own thoughts. And then I also have to be impartial towards my own feelings. So we automatically feel good in the presence of some people, and we feel disturbed or insecure in the company of other people. So I have to be impartial about my thoughts. Is there something I want from one person that makes me feel good in that person's presence? Am I taking power from that person? If, say, that person is very cheerful and happy and light, am I trying to suck that person's energy? And conversely, if I don't feel good in somebody's presence, is it because of some prejudice, for example? Do I have prejudice against people who speak English with an accent? Or do I have prejudice against people who have a lot of tattoos? Whatever my prejudice might be, impartiality means I remove the prejudice and I just accept this is a person in front of me who has some good qualities. Maybe I feel bad because this person lied to me in the past, but still impartiality. That doesn't mean the person will lie right now. Impartiality. I separate from my feelings and then I can be more diligent. Maybe this person will lie. Maybe lots of times this person has lied. So let me see. But I'm not going to have bad feelings because I recognize that every person in every moment is unique and there is unique opportunity. And let me grasp that opportunity. This is impartiality towards my thoughts, impartiality towards my feelings, and feelings include my prejudices. We all have certain prejudices, but I can be impartial towards them. I don't have to allow them to bring me to judgments or conclusions. And then I can stay serene and calm inside. And in that moment of serenity, I am completely free from any preconceived notions. We can have these moments from time to time. We can step outside of our opinions and preferences and prejudices. I will experiment with this right now. See yourself as a tiny point of light. Inside this point of light, there are many good qualities. There are records of having many good experiences, bad experiences, all kinds of experiences. And at the moment, I'm taking my awareness even deeper than my experience into that innermost place of silence. And in this place, I am completely impartial. I'm not thinking about events or things, past or future. I'm just light, qualities, goodness. All of my virtues are good. I can't say one is better than the other because each virtue is unique. Each virtue has unique applications. Each virtue brings unique benefit. I'm in this place beyond measure, just goodness. Complete impartiality. There's nothing to judge, nothing to measure. I'm a being of goodness. I'm a being of light. I'm not looking at my life right now. I'm just looking at myself, the soul. And now visualize yourself in the home of light. This is a dimension of impartiality, a home of light. There are no bodies, no objects, no activity in this place. Just silence, bliss, stillness. In this place of light, I let myself be drawn into the company of the supremely impartial being. The being who recognizes the uniqueness in each human soul and loves that uniqueness. The being who looks at me and never would compare me to anyone else, but just sees me as a unique child with unique qualities, unique potential. The one who shines a light on my uniqueness, and my uniqueness then becomes beautiful. Let yourself be in the stream of God's love and light. See yourself the soul as God sees you. See your uniqueness, your unique and wonderful qualities through God's eyes. And now, filled with that light, bring your awareness back into the present moment. See yourself as a unique soul. Everyone else in your life is a unique soul beyond comparison. And each moment of your life is unique, filled with unique, incomparable possibilities. Om Shanti. Let's see. I had your blessing on the screen and then I lost it. So give me a moment. Here it is. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Your blessing for today, impartiality. You view everyone with a vision of fairness and respect. Your loving attitude shines from within, aligning with the timeless truths that guide your life. You have gracefully stayed true to your core values, living in harmony with your true self. You view everyone with a vision of fairness and respect. Your loving attitude shines from within, aligning with the timeless truths that guide your life. You have gracefully stayed true to your core values, living in harmony with your true self. Thank you for joining. And
Shanti.
those of you who are local, we have our International Day of Yoga program coming up on Sunday from 11 to 1. And I hope you can come and join us.
Thank you.
And Lori, how's your daughter doing? She jumped back on her feet now?
Are we talking about Haley who had the surgery and everything?
Right.
Yeah, she's doing so much better. That little one, she just is so resilient. Hey, I have a question.
Okay.
She was born at 12/12 on 12/15. So 12/12, is that a spiritual number or is that impartial as well? I'm trying to make meaning into it. Like, ooh, it's spiritual, but I don't know.
I think I don't know a lot about that, but my sense is that numbers can take on spiritual significance.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And why not?
Yeah, I just thought, wow, 12/12 is an interesting number. And I knew it right when it was, I said, wow, that's an
Yeah.
interesting time to be
It is.
born.
It is.
Yeah,
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 that's part of her uniqueness.
yeah. Yeah, thanks for that.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.